Please subscribe now for all new PMR uploads. Hi everybody, it's Jamie at PMR. What you have in front of you is a Penn 525 that has been sent to me, it's a slidey, by a guy by the name of Robert. And he said to me, could I service it, strip it, could I service it, could I put one of the new side plates, the PMR side plates for a Penn 525 on it, which has the big mono mag and a set of bearings. Now I have to say that it's a little bit tight, that still a little bit tight. There we go. Mag all the way on and mag all the way off. It does spin quite well. I reckon about 30 seconds or so. Obviously with the run dry PMR bespoke custom hybrid ceramic bearings, you probably get about 2 or 3 minutes out of that, but that's not bad at all. And we are looking at about 20 or 30 seconds of spin time. Anyway, and with the mag on, it's not the best mag in the world, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it does the job. The only difference is that with the hybrid ceramic bearings in, you'll need a bigger mag to actually stop them, which is what one of these will do. Remove the screw, and yeah, great big 10mm by 5mm rare earth mag. It's not this one that's going on. Funny enough, this one is the original prototype. There is another one that will be going on there. Anyway, so first thing we're going to do is strip this down and give it a clean. Okay, first thing we're going to do is open this up. So there we go. So the first thing that comes off is the nut cover. Makes me wonder if this has ever been off. Okay, that's all the way off. There we go. Okay, the nut in this particular case, I think it is either an 11 or a 12. It's an 11. I was right the first time. Okay, there will be a spanner, a soft spanner coming out from PMR for this. After Christmas. Alright, there's the handle off. Okay, and there is a, that should be a little bit more curved than it is. It should be a bit more like that. This is a Bellevue washer. That's a spring washer. It keeps the star drag from flying about too much. Okay, next up, star drag. Okay, now 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. And you can tell this one hasn't been molested very much because although it's 40 years old, it's actually got the right screws, which are flathead screws, which are really annoying because screwdriver will slip off them. hey, when you've got a reel that's in this sort of condition, you can't complain. And while I'm at it, let's take the float cap off and check under there as well. Yeah, pretty much all good. You've even got the bearing that you have in there. Now these bearings are a little bit different from the spool bearings, but as it happens, I do have a couple of hybrid ceramic bearings for this, and there's one here and there's one under the brass part in here, which we will get to. And if I remember rightly, I have to take that off, but I'm always gonna try. And while I'm at it, I'll show you where the other bearing is. And that's bearing in mind there's also two bearings in the spool, so on the spindle you've actually got 4 bearings. Most people don't realise this. This particular reel, the Penn 525, the original Penn 525, it is so beyond its time. It was so far ahead of any other designs. Now there's a bearing in there, I don't know if you can see that, but all of this is going to get pulled off and put onto the new side plate, so when I do, you'll be able to see that bearing that's in there. Spool, spindle, there's a little C-clip in there which comes out to take that bearing out, and when you pull this out there is a little C-clip under here to change those bearings, but we'll get round to that a little bit later. Now if I remember rightly here, I'm gonna have to, let's take that off first, if I can get it off. There we go. Now, little screw that's in there. And then this should come off. There we go. And there used to be, see there, there's also a screw there, yet I didn't have to take one off here, which means that somebody else has already had it off and put it back on without the screw, which is a little bit of a shame, and I'll see if I can find a screw to get in there. There we go. There is your side plate. There is your bearing. Gears, thrust bearing. Look at these springs. They will fly into an alternate universe if you're not very careful with them. Very similar to Daiwa 7HT. But look at the size of that cog. And there's the anti-reverse for the handle, and there's the actual drive gear itself, which I don't know whether it will come off without a lot of help, which I might not do. Right, but there it is. That's all stripped down, so now I have to go and clean this before we put the bearings in and we put it back together. I'll see you in a little while. And we are back. Now, first thing I'm going to show you, a lot of this stuff has already been cleaned up in, except that actually, put that over there, in the sonic bath. And let me show you here, there are so many bearings in this. There is a bearing there, okay, there is a bearing inside here. Now I'm not going to take this apart, you have to believe, just have to believe me. There is actually, do you know what, the things I do for television. There you go. If I open that up, great big bearing. Okay. Now I did actually take this out earlier and grease it up and lube it, thinking, and put it back in, thinking I won't need to take that out, but okay, so I did. Now we've got to start putting this puppy back together again. And then we need to strip out the side plate and put the PMR version of the side plate in. So we get these two little screws in. In here you can put a drop of oil. As you can see, I've already done that. I'm actually going to do something else as well. I'm going to get the corrosion block, waterproof grease, the good old-fashioned blue stuff, and using a sort of wand that your wife would put stuff on her lashes with. There you go. This is the best way, in my humble opinion, of putting grease on. And it does need a little bit of grease. I know that some people say that I'll be accused of starting an oil slick, I think was my favourite one, but it does need a little bit of grease. And every person that I know in either car mechanics, marine mechanics, aircraft mechanics, grease is good. Grease is always good. There we are. Next up, we've got this, and that goes in there like that, and then very strong. Do you know, I'm not even sure what this is made of. It's almost like a piece of plastic, but it's fibrous at the same time. Anyway, and it goes. A bit of grease, and next we have, look at the size of that. Is that not huge? And the big gear slides on just like that. There we go. All the way down. And the top washer. And there you go, all the drag washers are in place. Then Need the anti-reverse bearing roller in place. Now, as you can see, we've cleaned this off. I'm going to give it another little clean actually, because I was playing around with it earlier. And the only places where you need a little bit of grease, don't put any grease in here because that's going to have a run dry bearing in it. The only place you're going to put a little bit of grease, and I'm actually going to take it out to do that, the anti-reverse bearing, or the anti-reverse roller, needs a little bit of grease on it. Okay. Now, okay, next up, star drag. And the nice thing about this star drag, it doesn't get in the way of putting other things in. So we can get the star drag in. Now there's the bearing that came out of there, and here are the two new bearings that are going to go in. These are ABEC 9 hybrid ceramic run dry. They're very special run dries, but they are specifically to fit the Penn 525 US made, and that goes on there. Float cap, don't put that on too much or too tight, because you have to set the float when you put the whole thing back together. Right, there is the washer. It's slightly curved, it's a Bellevue washer, so that it gives a certain amount of spring between the star drag and, of course, the handle. There you go. On it pops. Let's get the star drag to come down a bit further, so that it's sitting where it should be. There we go. 11mm nut. There we go. Right. Okay, so from a service point of view, this side is all back together. Next, bearings, and I've mixed them up, but it's easy to find out which is which because you do that, and as you can see, that's doing not a lot. And this one will spin and spin and spin and spin. There you go. So we know that that is going under there, because there is a bearing on the bottom of that, but the plate will change shortly. When I do, I'll do that. First of all, change the bearings in the spool. So, two ABEC 9 hybrid ceramic spool bearings. Wrong side. There you go, and they will spin and spin and spin. Still going, and it stopped. Right, take out little plastic piece. The easiest way is to just do this. Just give it a little push, and off it will come. Underneath here, sometimes there is nothing, and sometimes there is a little wire spring type clip that sits inside there, but after they've had the bearings changed a couple of times, quite often that isn't there anymore, so it's not there anymore. So there's the bearing. There is the new hybrid ceramic bearing. Look and see where the little bits inside here sit with the grooves that are there. So roughly there, and push him on, check he's in on there proper. Now with this one there will definitely be a little spring, because it has to be there on the outside to hold the drive selector gear in place. Now this is where these two bits here sit into the gear, and this becomes part of the drivetrain. So you have to make sure you've got your finger right over that, otherwise that will warp, that will disappear. You will not be very happy with that. Especially as you try to get another one. Parts are not exactly easy to get these days on a lot of older reels. That's just how it is. Alright, there's a bearing out. Another hybrid ceramic bearing. So that was 4 that are on the spool. 2 inside and 2 outside. And this is it's in good nick, this reel. Okay, that just clips over. I like to take a screwdriver and just give it a little helping push. And then, hang on, wrong way around. Now I can sit here and I can hold that, and that will probably carry on going for about 3 or 4 minutes. As you can see, it's not exactly starting to slow down at all, it's just keeping a straight pace. These are very, very, very fast bearings. Okay, so in the spool goes. There is the side plate. Side plate now goes on, like so, and the metal plate goes on like so. I'm not going to put the tiny little screw that is there in there, because in part 2 we're going to put a PMR bespoke custom side plate on here with a super mono mag in it, and I'm feeling lazy, and those little screws are an absolute pain to deal with, so we'll do that on another day, or in about half an hour, as it's going to happen. Right, easy enough to put on. stripped, serviced and put back together, and we still have one bearing to change when we do the full change, which is in the back of there. Okay, so what's the difference? Oh, would you believe it's pouring outside and I could hear an ice cream van. Right, here we go. There's the mag. Let's get the mag all the way out. This is the original mag all the way out. Yep, it's going to keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And with the mag all the way in, it stops it, but it's not stopping it as much as I'd like. That's with the hybrid ceramic bearings. Mag out. Be here all day, never going to cast that. Mag in, standard mag. It will stop it, but you need to really be a good caster to cast that. But we will change that, and there will be a different side plate on here, and the mag will stop it dead, as I like to say. So end of part one, and that's the 525 US Penn mag, stripped, serviced and put back together. In part two we'll put on the PMR bespoke custom side plate with a super mono mag in it. I'm Jamie, thanks for watching PMR. Don't forget to hit the like button, also don't forget to hit the share button, share the love with all your friends. And if you want to know what's going on in the PMR universe, so many different things going on this year, please subscribe.